Hello everyone, I'm Vladimir. Welcome to Geonodes Daily, a tutorial series where we do something in geometry nodes in 5 minutes or less. We have an empty tree, so let's start building our spark. Let's first add a curve line, switch it to direction, connect it to the output. Okay, now what do we want to do with this? We want to get the XYZ from the position, so let's add attribute combine and separate XYZ. So we want to take the position and write the X, the Y, and the Z here. And here we want to switch it to attribute and plug these attributes here and write it back to position. Okay, now what do we want to do next? Well, we want to add an attribute, randomize node. And we want to take the X and randomize it by a very small margin. So let's make it like 0.5. Okay, nothing it's happening because we need to add more points. We only have 2 here, so let's go to curve, resample curve, and add like 32 or something, and we start to see something. Now let's do the same thing on the y-axis and change the seed. Okay, how can we animate this? So let's take an input value node, not string, we need a value node. So let's add the value, and by plugging it in the seed, we can animate this. So let's do it procedurally. Let's add a driver frame. Okay, now if we play the timeline, we have the animation. So if we add an utilities math and switch it to multiply, and let's say like 10 value, and another one, let's put it on sine and plug it here. Take this one, control click to take both noodles and plug it in between. Now we have a control over the speed. Awesome. Now let's pin the first and last point. How we are going to do this? We're going to go attribute compare, and we are going to compare the z-axis with the value of 0 and write the attribute into is 1 and change the mode to not equal. Now all the points that are not on the z 0 value will have 1. So if we do an attribute math, and we multiply the x by x1 is 1 and write it back to x, multiply, not add. We have to change this to add. Now the point is stuck on x, so let's do the same thing for y. So let's plug the y here, and now the point is here stuck. So we can use this threshold now to control how much the influence the pin has. Okay, how are we going to do that for the endpoint? Well, it's easy. We just going to duplicate these 3 nodes, and once we duplicate it, we plug this one here and this one here. So the only thing we need to do is change this to 1, the end of the spline, and now we have this. Excellent. How can we shade this? Well, we need to add a curve, mesh to curve node, and Control X. We need a curve to mesh node, and we need a curve primitive, a circle with only 3 points, and we plug it here. So now if we decrease the radius very much, we have this. And in order to get a material, we have to put it here. And in order for the geometry nodes to see it, we need to go material assign, and choose our material. Now all that is left to do is shade this any way you want. Thank you very much for watching. Share your work with me on Twitter and post your comments on this YouTube channel and tell me what else would you like to see. Until then, happy blending and all the best to you, and see you tomorrow in the next tutorial.